Just wow. A lot to internalize. I'm glad that I live in Rockland County. The commute up tonight, I'll have a lot what to think about. Very, very important points. As you can attest from the room and the level of noise, people were listening. At this point, I would like to call upon Michael Tobman, Director of MCR membership. Okay. Mr. Tobman has an extensive experience in the fields of public policy and communications, a former senior aide to U.S. Senator Charles Schumer, and a legislative attorney, former court attorney, and a past chief of staff of the Nassau County Legislature, which I know is an important institution as being a member of the Rockland County Legislature. He has organized advocacy and membership campaigns throughout New York. Michael, please.
Being here with all of you this evening is an enormous gift. I am grateful for the invitation. I'm grateful especially to my friend Isaac Sofer, who encouraged my participation this evening. He's a dear friend of many, many years, and I'm very, very happy to participate in this important discussion. First and foremost, I'm honored to be a part of the team at Rent Stabilization Association. We are, as Mark Wepper and as Leon and as other people can attest, usually the adult voice in the room. We are talking sense, RSA, when others have no interest in the consequences of their actions. RSA has always spoken up forcefully for common sense priorities of those who are the real solution to New York's worries about affordable housing. Everybody in this room is part of the solution. It's easy to complain, and Hashem knows that a lot of people do, but RSA is about, and has always been about, solutions. RSA's president, Joe Strasberg, is as serious a person as you will find in policy and politics. He's old school, his word means something, and I'm very, very proud to work for him. The entire RSA team, from staff, senior staff to counselors to our mortgage and insurance brokers and all of our lawyers, are serious people doing important work. We represent, as you know, over 1.1 million units of affordable housing in New York City and New York State. I'm also thrilled to be here because, as many of you know, I am no tourist despite my secular appearance when it comes to our Haredi community. Since working for Chuck Schumer as his liaison to this community, through my own political and communications work on behalf of Hasidim, this really is home. Whether working to protect the foundational liberties involved in Metzitza B'Pei, curriculum issues, school issues, education funding, more Satmar dinners than I can remember, explaining the schism in the Bubov community to Catholic legislators, or hanging around with Councilman Yeager and formerly Councilman David Greenfield, I really do love it here. But now I'm going to speak specifically about housing. I believe there is, other than education perhaps, no more important policy issue. Recent legislation, as everyone has talked about in Albany, has been awful for our industry. It has been awful for our industry and our shared interests. What so-called progressives and activists has done, severely limiting the ability to invest in our properties, is a radical left-wing wish list with absolutely no connection to economics, no connection to the market, and no connection to any sense of responsibility. It's how children behave in a world without consequences when they expect adults will come and fix their problems. They wanted what they wanted, they got what they wanted, they issued a press release, and then they moved on to the next thing. Their legislation has created not one unit of affordable housing in New York City. Their legislation punishes small owners who are always trying to do the right thing. Their legislation robs us of productive use of our property. Here's what RSA and its partners are doing. As many of you have read, we have filed a federal lawsuit insisting, among many points, Leon said, but we're going to talk about this a little bit, that New York's rent regulation system is in effect a regulatory taking. The laws make no sense, the system is unfair. The decades-long emergency, quote-unquote emergency, benefits those who need it less It doesn't help the truly poor, and it is a subsidy for affluent upper middle class families. It is a broken system, the flaws of which have been underscored by this year's outrageous legislative overreach. We expect and hope this case will eventually be heard by the U.S. Supreme Court, where there is now a more realistic view of property rights, and recent decisions on a range of issues, including whether housing regulations are a public benefit or a market regulation, encourage this lawsuit. We have been working on this lawsuit for a long time. This is not directly in response to what just happened in Albany, though that currently helps make the point. So I'm going to take a moment right now to speak directly to those who have been considering other lawsuits, specifically in state court. Don't do it. Please don't. We will not get a TRO. We will not get an injunction. You will not be able to prove the harm you need to meet that threshold. And you'll have to open your books in a way that you don't want to. Most importantly, going in state court will severely damage the federal lawsuit being pursued on the entirety of the issue. I know what the law firms who are encouraging a state court action say, because we interviewed all of them before selecting the Mayor Brown firm. But RSA and its partner organizations strongly believe state court is not the proper venue. But back to tonight. In this political and policy climate we now find ourselves in, which is horrific, there is opportunity. There is always opportunity when creative, serious, well-intentioned colleagues get together. The Hasidic property owner and management community has largely, as everybody knows, been separate and apart from institutions like RSA, REBNY, and CHIP. There are reasons that that's the case, reasons on both sides, but those reasons are in fact no more. The organizers of this event, the PCON team, as well as prominent managers and owners in the Haredi community, have been meeting with RSA over these past couple months. The discussions have been very productive. In these difficult times, it is vital that we work together, grow our numbers that are the foundation of our industry's strength, both in the market and in politics, and pool our collective talent. RSA looks forward to being a resource for this community, for everyone in this room, in interactions with government agencies, with our services, our decades of experience, and with our hard-earned reputation for being honest brokers at DHCR, HPD, city agencies, and offices at every level of government. In turn, we look forward in this new chapter of it being an available resource for everybody here and expanding our reach in communities that know we cannot stand alone. There is simply too much at stake. When people ask me, my friends and family, what I do, it's never easy to explain. My kids think I'm in the CIA. I tell them that I'm blessed to do professionally what I love. I have always wanted to do exactly what I'm doing. Being a part of RSA, making work, supporting work that makes a difference, and having a part of connecting, for example, the RSA community with the PCON community, a community I know and care deeply about, is my idea of success. Thank you again for having me, and thank you for all the hard work.
Okay, we would like to call, and we would like them to come up here. Mendy Deitch, Yoeli Retek, please come up. Mendy, Yoeli. Isaac Seufer, please come up. Sruli Reisman. Don't be shy. Just a little token appreciation.
Thank you. Wie heißt er? No. Richtig zusammen, richtig zusammen.
Sing it.
Fine.
Which brings us As you've seen, all the material here, it all has Opus Operation and the wonderful team. We would like to ask Barry and Libby to come up, please. I'd like to introduce you with a little nice token appreciation that would look nice on your desk in the office. Presented to Barry Lichter, Opus Operation in appreciation and recognition of your devotion and dedication. PCON, August 13, 2019.